Hey everyone, it's Alex Williams from Random Acts Entertainment here. I wanted to thank you again for watching our video blogs. This particular series of videos is on the filmmaking process from the idea all the way through distribution, and in this particular video I'm going to be talking about storyboards. Now, storyboards are important no matter what you're doing. If it's a small film and it's just you and a couple of friends, and if you're the one holding the camera, sometimes you can get away without using storyboards, but it's still a good idea to write or to at least draw storyboards for your own information, so you kind of know what shots you need, because it's always a bad thing when you've shot everything and you go to watch that night and you go, oh wow, I forgot that shot. So one of the things I did for our latest film, Dog Chow, which by the way is still on filmfights.com being voted on, you can definitely see that I did some very, very shoddy storyboarding work here. This is the very first shot. That is a head of lettuce that gets dropped onto the counter. Yes, that's what that is. I believe those are tomatoes. You get to see the frying pan being put up on the stove, the tomato being cut, and then Becky's character, Beth, walking up to Zach's character, Jordan, and talking. And then I have the couple of conversation shots, and of course the meat being put down on the counter. So it's a very, very shoddy storyboard job, and as you can see, it gets really messy in here. But it got the job done because when I was shooting, I was able to look at this and know what shots I got and know that I made sure that I got everything. Now, if you are not holding the camera, like if you're in the film or if you're just sitting back watching a monitor, it's a great idea to have a good depiction of what you want in the shot. In our coming film, To Care for My Father, I'm going to be in the film. I'll be playing the lead character, Evan, mainly because my dad will actually be playing my dad. Now, these storyboards are actually from a film I did in school, but you can see that the detail is just a bit better. The shot starts in the grass and it pans up to some people on a deck having a barbecue, a woman whispering in a man's ear, a person holding a beer bottle. You know, it definitely goes through and have some better depictions of how I want the shots to be. Another thing I wanted to note is like these arrows. You see these arrows? Lots of times you'll want to put notes underneath. Again, this was done very quickly and for an assignment for a film. In To Care for My Father, I'll be putting notes underneath these storyboards so the person who's holding the camera, which by the way will be my wife Kalinda, will know exactly what I want. These arrows here kind of signify the camera coming in. That would be dollying in. There's other ones like this shot here. You see this little arrow that has kind of a curve to it. By that I simply meant that the person will be turning their head in the shot. So real quick, I'm going to draw the first shot of To Care for My Father, and it's actually going to take place over 3 different storyboards simply because the camera and the character is going to be moving. So see you in just a minute. Okay, real quick, I wanted to talk about ways people do storyboards. First of all, a lot of people will do them on note cards. If you buy blank note cards, they're a really good way to have your frame right there. Just draw it right in there. Another way is people will draw them on paper. Now what I do is actually I take one sheet of paper and I measure it out and I cut out frames like this, 4 to a page, and I come up with my frames like that, and I do that for several different pages. Again, you saw that's how it works out. So I have 4 shots per page, and it really works out for me. Another way of doing it, if you don't want to draw or if you can't draw, you can go online. You can find several different storyboarding software. Just go to Google and type in storyboarding software, and it will come up with a lot of programs that give you a scene, that give you a ton of different posable, sometimes, characters that you can place in the scene. And that's definitely a good way of making sure you have your storyboards if you don't feel like drawing. Alright, so these are very quick sketches, but it's the first shot in our film to care for my father. And as you can see, the character Evan, played by me, it opens up on him, and then this little arrow, actually I should have written it in the description, and I will. This arrow signifies that the camera will tilt down to show his hand with a glass, filling it with water, and it pans over to the set of pills that are on the counter, and Evan picks those up. And that's the first shot done in storyboards for our film. I'll keep going on that, and I will probably come on here and show you some more a little later. And I think that's pretty much it for our storyboard blog. Another thing that you can do, another thing that I have done in the past, is actually sometimes you don't even have to do storyboards so much as you need a shot list, is what it's called. And shot lists are actually just a text list of your shots. Describing, if they're a medium shot or a close-up shot or a long shot. I'll get into that a little later. And then just explaining what the shot is, if the camera moves, what the characters do in it, if there are characters in the shot. This is a kind of scribbled shot list for one of my earlier films that I did completely by myself. There was no crew, no other actors but me, and I did that shot list so I knew which ones I was going to do. I didn't have time, or didn't really have the drive at the time to draw storyboards. So other than that, that is it. Again, you can go online and find storyboarding software if you don't want to go through what I just went through with those first few shots. And anyway, the next video blog that I'm going to do could be a lot of different things. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing first. We have to shop for wardrobe, we have to shop for our props. I'm going to be doing a little bit of rehearsal with my dad, Ben Williams, who will be playing my dad in the film. There's just a few other things that we'll be doing, but keep checking back. I'm sure that whatever video it's going to be pretty interesting. So thanks again for watching.